HomeDepot.com this Thursday at 7 a.m. to buy your half-price gift certificates.
There are a lot of reasons why furniture shoppers love Furniture Row.
We love Furniture Row.
Prices were phenomenal.
I love Furniture Row. I will never shop for furniture anywhere else.
Waco, Bryan, and Harker Heights. Same-day delivery available.
Closed captioning on News 3 HD is brought to you by Davis & Davis Lawyers.
Call Davis & Davis. Be confident in your choice of lawyers.
It has been a day of memory, honor, sacrifice, family, and love for many across this Brazos Valley as thousands pause to remember those who have passed on. Firefighters from all over the country drove their fire and ladder trucks to Bryan today to be part of the apparatus procession to honor Lieutenant Eric Wallace and Lieutenant Greg Pickard. News 3's Clay Falls shows us how the tragedy seems to bring out the best in everyone.
It's a sight you never forget, but something we all wish hadn't happened as people come together to remember two men, Bryan Fire Lieutenants Eric Wallace and Greg Pickard.
From the bottom of our hearts, Bryan Fire Department appreciates all the support from the public.
Eric Jurgen is a fellow Bryan firefighter and was with his friend Eric Wallace in that burning building Friday night.
You know, people cannot say it enough. He was an awesome man, and he will be dearly missed. And it is my privilege and honor to carry this for him.
It's just really heartwarming to know that we have this kind of support in the community, and it helps us. It helps us heal through the process of the tragic losses that we've suffered.
Firefighters came not only from across Texas, but the region and nation as well. I even saw one from New York City. But they're all here to honor their fallen brothers. Around 20 PHI medical helicopter employees came to stand in support too, including Billy Rice.
So anything we can do, be here, help them, or do whatever we can to make their lives easier is what we're here to do.
Brandon Lewis is the medical director of the emergency department at St. Joseph Hospital, who came with at least 30 co-workers.
The fire department means a lot to us, and we mean a lot to them because we're right behind them all the way.
A time to celebrate Bryan's heroes. In Bryan, Clay Falls, News 3.
Eric Wallace's funeral is set for tomorrow at 10 a.m. at First Baptist Church in Bryan. Greg Pickard's is for Friday at 10 at Central Baptist Church in College Station. And while there were many emergency fire crews present, most fire departments were represented by one or two trucks. But News 3's Stephanie Ondo shows us how one local volunteer fire department sent all their men and apparatus to support one of their own.
The tragic fire at the Knights of Columbus Hall in Bryan affected firefighters across the country. But for the men of the Brazos County Precinct 4 Fire Department,
myself and two of the other guys back here got called about 12:30 to the Bryan Fire Department and back up their stations because their units were out of service, and we didn't know why at the time.
They didn't know that a Precinct 4 volunteer firefighter, 21-year-old Mitch Moran, had been critically injured in the fire. Officials say Moran had been a Bryan firefighter for less than a year.
It's important to me to be here today because these are people that we worked with. These are people that trained us, and in the case of Mitch, he was someone that I gave his initial training.
It was a sad day, but all it took was mentioning Mitch Moran's name to put a smile on these men's faces.
Mitch, he's always eager to learn, always wants to be in the middle of what's going on, always wants to help out.
If anybody that knows Mitch, Mitch hasn't changed any. He's been given the doctor's grief.
Mitch is just a fun-loving guy. He was our firefighter of the year 2 years ago.
The memorial honored two fallen brothers, but it was also an opportunity to root for another who's recovering in the hospital.
We have every apparatus out here. We have every firefighter in our department. We're here to be behind them 110%.
In Bryan, Stephanie Ondo, News 3.
And Mitch Moran is still in serious condition at UTMB in Galveston. Moran is a rookie firefighter with the Bryan Fire Department. Officials say he's been with the department for 11 months. A memorial for the fallen men brought mourners from all walks of life from all over the state. News 3's Shane McAuliffe joined those who wanted to show support as they made their way to the service this morning.
It's a ride none of these passengers were looking forward to. But it's one they knew they had to take. As mourners gather to remember firefighters Greg Pickard and Eric Wallace, the ride from Veterans Park to Central Baptist Church was a surreal one.
We can put ourselves in their shoes and feel what they might be feeling, although it doesn't compare. It's still, we're here to support them.
Charlie Rollins from Anna, Texas, and there was no doubt in their hearts they would be here for the service.
Our dad's a fireman, and so we just decided to come here in their honor. We felt that was the right thing to do.
So Charlie's family made the trip to offer their prayers in support of those who have made the greatest sacrifice.
Every day that our dad goes to work, we have to wonder if he's going to come home, but it just goes to show that somebody's got to do it, and they do a good thing every time they go.
In College Station, Shane McAuliffe, News 3.
The bus service to the memorial was a joint effort between the cities of Bryan and College Station, as well as Texas A&M University.
I didn't know that American flag flying is the same one flew at the Trade Center. Really? Yes, sir. Wow. It was delivered yesterday.
Men and women of service may look different in uniforms, but they are all united by one common bond. The flight crew of PHI Air Medical participated in today's service. Some walked in the procession while others took to the skies. 2 PHI helicopters soared over thousands of people, showing their respects to their injured and fallen brothers. They say it's the least they can do for 2 fallen heroes.
It really means a lot to do what I can to help support the Bryan Fire Department and the families and friends' needs.
And we're just showing honor to them with everything that they do and keep us safe. They're our eyes on the ground, and we couldn't do what we do without them.
The crew aboard Air Med 12 said they work closely with the Bryan Fire Department. And those in attendance this morning heard moving, funny stories about Eric Wallace and Greg Pickard. News 3's Michael Oder takes us inside as a community says goodbye.
We're here today to show you we love you, but we don't know quite what to say.
With heavy hearts.
Friday and Saturday of last week, God called home to his children, and heaven welcomed Eric and Greg with great joy.
Firefighters and friends honor Eric Wallace.
God was putting him in a lot of places and a lot of experiences. He filled his life up, and he gave him an opportunity.
And Greg Pickard.
Greg and I grew up in this business together. We're the same age. Our children are the same age. We watched our children be born. We watched our children have children. If anyone deserved this type of recognition for the kind of man that he was and the life that he led, it's Lieutenant Greg Pickard and Eric Wallace.
2 men who will be remembered long after Wednesday morning. Michael Oder, News 3.
And tonight at 6, hear from both former and current firefighters who attended that memorial. Well, investigators say they know the likely cause of the Knights of Columbus Hall fire. Officials have determined it to be accidental, traced to a faulty electric cord on a fan that sparked combustible materials in the kitchen area. Now, the official cause won't be released until a full report is released by the State Fire Marshal's office, which could take up to 6 months. And as mentioned before, doctors say firefighters Ricky Manti Jr. and Mitch Moran are still listed in serious condition at the Blocker Burn Unit at the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston. Bryan Fire Chief Randy McGregor said in an emotional press conference yesterday that the 2 men were able to hug and kiss their family members and talk to their fellow firefighters. A reminder about a relief account that has been set up for donations to support the families of the men who lost their lives, as well as those injured firefighters. KBX Media, The Eagle, WTAW, and Candy 95 are collecting donations at any of the bank and trust locations in Bryan or College Station. Just ask for the BV Media Giving Back Fund. And 3 at 5 will continue in just a moment. And as we go to break, we want to share with you one of the lighter moments from today.
Sitting at a red light one day,
We're just sitting there waiting for the light to turn. There's someone right in front of us, and he just stands on that horn. And I realized I didn't do that. Well, the driver ahead looks in the mirror, and gives it one of these. And I look at Greg, and he's pointing at me.
Every morning, we open your eyes with the very best original reporting from around the world and right here at home. More news every morning. CBS This Morning and Brazos Valley This Morning.
It's big savings during the Nissan Now sales event at Douglas Nissan. Save on brand new models like the Nissan Altima, Nissan Sentra, or Nissan Rogue. Get in now for the Nissan Now sales event only at Douglas Nissan, home of the nice guys.
I've been at the Scott & White Health Plan for 24 years.
33 years.
I just love my job.
People choose Scott & White Health Plan because we're a company they can trust.
We have someone close by that they can come and talk with.
It's a hometown insurance company. We're here to help everybody in any way we possibly can.
For over 30 years, Texans have trusted Scott & White Health Plan for their health coverage. Healthcare may be changing in America, but our promise to you never will. Stop by today to compare your options. Scott & White Health Plan.
The one Texans trust.
It's big savings during the Nissan Now sales event at Douglas Nissan. Save thousands on great models like the Nissan Maxima, Nissan Murano, and Nissan Titan. Get in now for the Nissan Now sales event only at Douglas Nissan, home of the nice guys.
The Live Network, powered by Atkinson Toyota, helping folks in the Brazos Valley go places.
Looking to make a change? Check out Job Search at KBTX.com. Brought to you by Reynolds and Reynolds.
Everyone has a truck month, but at Ram, we only build trucks. And our drive to engineer one thing allows you to do pretty much anything. We're all truck all the time. We only build trucks, award-winning trucks. Come test it today.
During Truck Month, trade in and get $69.50 in total values on Ram 500 Lone Star Crew Cab.
First, with news in high definition, KBTX News 3.
An investigation is underway to find out what caused a deadly explosion in Kansas City, Missouri. One body was found, but officials are still searching the rubble. Adriana Diaz has the latest from New York.
Fire officials say they found a body in the blackened rubble of a popular Kansas City, Missouri restaurant. Police had not been able to account for at least one JJ's employee after an explosion Tuesday night.
We cannot provide any positive identification at this point. Obviously, it is sad news.
Officials are still searching the rubble to make sure there aren't any more victims. The blast damaged several buildings in the surrounding area. Flames ripped through the shopping district just before the dinnertime rush. Witnesses say they smelled gas. Fire officials confirmed there was an accident at a construction site about an hour before the blast.
We were called for a construction worker that had struck a gas line. We arrived on the scene there, conferred with Missouri Gas Energy at the time. We left the scene in their hands.
The explosion and fire injured at least 15 people, some critically. A major winter storm is expected to hit the area Wednesday night, so city officials say they are working fast to collect evidence that will help with the investigation. Adriana Diaz for CBS News.
And the fire department says multiple agencies are on site to conduct that investigation. Missouri utility regulators have also launched an investigation and are sending a team.
A few light spotty showers out there this evening, but as we go towards tonight and tomorrow, our thunderstorm chances are increasing. We will tell you when those arrive and if they'll be severe. That's coming up on the other side break.
And no contract. Coin and Jewelry Exchange, located in Old Bryan Marketplace in historic downtown Bryan, is not a pawn shop, but a Better Business Bureau accredited jewelry and bullion broker, paying fair market value for coins, gold, silver, unwanted broken and estate jewelry, where all testing and weighing is done with you confidentially.
Wow, they offered me a lot more money than the other places.
Come see us in downtown Bryan or find us in the Yellow Pages. Remember, first word, coin.
keeps getting better. Now with more standard features than ever before. It's the best Civic yet. Only from Honda.
Get stronger with a plan this new year at Gold's Gym with zero enrollment, zero processing, and no contract.
News 3 weather and the Pinpoint Forecast team brought to you by the Bank and Trust. Local bank, local bankers. And now, local weather.
A gloomy look from the College Station Medical Center. Cloudy skies, a little bit of light drizzle falling out there as we head into the evening hours. Get used to it. Probably will be sticking around. Now, when we switch things over to Pinpoint Radar, not a lot really to talk about. What you'll find are just a few very light blue dots here and there, mainly around Washington and Austin counties, back over towards Milam and Lee counties. So a lot of what is going to fall this evening, probably not going to be heavy enough to be picked up by the radar. Some very light raindrops, but just no drizzle to a light shower will be possible this evening if you do have plans to be outdoors. Temperature-wise, anywhere from the upper 40s in Leon County to the mid and upper 50s across the central and northern half of the area, low 60s to the south. We will cool down as scheduled like we normally do to about the upper to mid 50s tonight, but we actually start to warm up as we hit midnight and beyond. We'll show you that in a bit, but here's what's happening out there. First of all, lots of snow and rain mixed across Oklahoma today, even up around Nebraska and Kansas. They've got a lot more snow headed the way. Winter storm warnings posted from the Panhandle to the plains. That's because we have a large upper low. You can see it right there, right about the desert southwest, swinging towards the state. That low is going to bring our thunderstorm chances up by tomorrow morning. Before we get there, though, 57 degrees by 8 o'clock, down to about 56 or 57 for a low tonight, and then watch as we head towards morning. Temperatures warming back up. A warm front lifts our way. That's going to bring back moist and very unstable air. Now, the question is, can a couple thunderstorms fire up on their own? Isolated storms. If that's the case, 5 to 10 o'clock is going to be the best bet, and if those storms can really get going, a very brief tornado threat will be there. Not a hefty threat. Not everybody will find it, but we will be monitoring for that as well as for large hail. We'll shift over towards a cold front headed our way, mainly between 7 o'clock and lunchtime across the Brazos Valley. As that line of showers and thunderstorms moves through, our severe weather potential changes to 45 to 60 mile per hour winds, maybe a little bit of hail as well. Again, not every storm tomorrow is going to be severe, but it is something we are watching closely as we head to your Thursday morning commute. Here's your pinpoint forecast, moving those storms through in the morning, clearing us out by about lunchtime or lunchtime 30. Back to sunshine Thursday afternoon, then some high clouds move back in by Friday, at least for half the day, then more sunshine heading into the weekend. Tomorrow, 70% chance for storms, again, ramping down as we head towards lunchtime, otherwise highs in the low to mid 70s. Again, Carla, not everybody's going to find severe weather to start their day tomorrow, but some of those storms will have a potential, at least for some of those stronger winds that we normally see when we see lines of storms move through. So something we'll monitor tonight, and definitely something you want to tune into us in the morning, because we'll be tracking storms as we get our Thursday morning going.
And before you leave your house, you want to stay tuned,
because it's probably going to come right about drive time tomorrow morning.
Okay, thanks so much, Shell. Well, as we go to the break, here's another lighter moment from today's memorial service highlighting Lieutenant Eric Wallace.
Now, Wallace, when he got to work every morning, he always had to make tea. So Ricky Manti thought it'd be hilarious to put a firecracker under the burner. Eric turned that burner on and it went off, and it scared him half to death. So Eric went to add his 4 to 9 cups of sugar into the tea, and what he didn't realize is that Ricky had switched it with salt.
My family's important to me, so what we drive is important to me too.
Whether I'm taking the kids to soccer practice or just having lunch
can't do
with
this. What's wrong, son?
I'm not your son, Larry. I'm an actor, and we're telling people to buy this 4-door bore when that guy's rolling around in that bad boy.
The new sportier Toyota Camry SE. Take advantage of $1,000 customer cash or lease a 2012 Camry SE for just $199 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Atkinson Toyota in Madisonville and Bryan, helping folks in the Brazos Valley to go places.
Help Habitat for Humanity by donating or shopping at Restore for new and used building materials, appliances, furniture, and home decor. And don't miss the Home and Garden Expo this weekend.
Each person out there can step up and voice an opinion about which charity they think is most worthy of the particular money that we're giving for that month.
Are you suffering from facial acne? JNS Studies is looking for volunteers 12 to 35 years of age with facial acne to participate in a 35-year-long clinical research study testing an investigational topical cream for acne. All eligible volunteers will receive at no cost study-related evaluations by a dermatologist, study cream, and up to $3,830 for time and effort. To see if you or someone you know may qualify, call JNS Studies at 979-774-5933.
Try the spicy chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A.
Call 1-800-JUSTICE if you've been injured. If we're unsuccessful, you don't owe us anything. HDSM Trial Lawyers. Justice for you.
Here's what's happening after hours around town. The Josh Abbott Band with guest Hudson Moore will be at Hurricane Harry's this Friday. Doors open at 9. Smokey McLean Blues Country will be at the Sons of Herman Hall Saturday. And it's also potluck food night, so you're asked to bring your best culinary creations. If you know of any live entertainment in our area, email us at afterhours@kbtx.com. Police called double amputee runner Oscar Pistorius a flight risk in court today. Lawyers for the former Olympian are trying to convince a judge to let him out on bail before his trial for allegedly killing his girlfriend. Tina Kraus has the latest from London.
Oscar Pistorius arrived in court to hear dramatic testimony from the lead detective in the premeditated murder case against him. The officer testified he found Reva Steenkamp lying dead at the bottom of the stairs in Pistorius's home. The former Olympian sobbed as the detective said the 29-year-old model was wrapped in towels and had 3 bullet wounds, including one in the head. The double amputee known as Blade Runner says his girlfriend's death was a tragic accident, that he shot his lover through a closed bathroom door because he thought she was an intruder. But prosecutors believe the former Olympian killed her after a Valentine's Day argument. They say a witness heard nonstop shouting coming from their home, although the defense later revealed the witness lived a half a mile away. There was also a back and forth about 2 boxes discovered in Pistorius's bedroom. Police said they contained needles and banned drugs. The defense said it was an herbal remedy. Outside court, South Africans can't believe the hero who represented them at the London Olympics is now facing a murder charge.
It's very difficult to accept it because he was a role model, and I think about all the children who look up to him.
The runner's uncle says Pistorius is innocent.
He's not a violent person. He's a peacemaker.
Even though police don't believe Pistorius' version of what happened, they have not found any inconsistency in his story. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Coming up next in sports, the Aggie men's basketball team is looking to snap a 2-game road losing streak tonight as they take on the Auburn Tigers. Darryl will preview the matchup on the other side of the break.
Get your weather online anytime. A public service presented by Washington County Tracker. You're watching KBTX, Bryan College Station.
At SWBC, we know every plan for the future needs someone to help fill in the details. Let us help bring your plans to life with low rates and fast, easy service. Pre-qualify for your home mortgage today. Visit swbc.com/TV.
This is Nissan Now. Introducing the all-new Altima, Rogue, and Versa. Shop our most innovative lineup ever. Score big savings. Get 0% APR financing on Murano or $3,500 back on Rogue. Shop at ChooseNissan.com. Time's running out. Get here now.
I got tired of using the
the phone and saying, "What did you say?" Then my daughter gave me a gift that changed my life. Hey Marvin, it's Bill. How you doing, my friend?
If you can't hear well on the phone, now you can read what your caller says. Captel service uses operator-assisted voice recognition technology to show captions of everything your caller says.
Now I can stay in touch with my buddies, thanks to Captel.
Learn more about this free service and Captel phones at CaptelTexas.com.
Wells Fargo and the Brazos Valley African American Museum salute Black History Month.
Born into slavery, Frederick Douglass escaped and became a friend of Abraham Lincoln. He helped persuade the president to champion the cause of emancipation in the Civil War and was the first African American citizen appointed to high ranks in the United States government. Celebrate his legacy and learn more about Black history.
Wells Fargo, committed to diversity since 1852.
Logan's 2 full meals for $13.99 is back. Choose 2 meals from 15 entrees, like fresh grilled chicken and mesquite-wood grilled salmon, each with 2 sides. 2 full meals for $13.99, only at Logan's.
Sports is presented by Allen Honda, corner of Southwest Parkway and Highway 6. Allen's got your Honda. From the KBTX Sports Center, News 3 Sports starts now.
Back on the road and looking for a W. Howdy, Brazos Valley. After losing back-to-back SEC road games, including Saturday at Vanderbilt, the Aggies basketball team in Auburn, Alabama tonight, looking to pick up their 3rd SEC road win of the season. Now, against Vanderbilt last weekend, the Aggies got off to a pretty fast start, taking a 7-point lead, but they weren't able to hold it. Trailing by 4 at the break, they eventually lost by 7. Now, like the Aggies, Auburn is also struggling with consistency, but they are led in scoring by a guy named Frankie Sullivan, who's averaging 15 points per game. We will hear from Coach Billy Kennedy coming up tonight at 6. The ball game between A&M and Auburn will tip off at 7 o'clock. It is going to be available on ESPN3, and that means it is accessible only on the internet. We'll talk Aggie baseball, softball, and some SEC swimming and diving coming up at 6.
Great. Thanks, Daryl. We'll be right back.
KBTX.com is available now on your mobile device. Find the latest local news, sports scores, and weather at your fingertips. Mobile KBTX, powered by Mary Maids.
This